Hello and welcome to Be Here Now, the Peaceful Empowerment Work Show, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are live on the newsstreamingnetwork.com, home of goingboldmedia.com, goingsolomedia.com, and WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Radio. If you like our content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice. Hi, Judy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, everybody. We're so glad to have you here. Thanks for listening in. Every week, Judy and I share our stories and tools and ways that we deal with having peace in our lives and being filled more with love. We do this with unconditional acceptance for you. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you are able, please donate to help us support our operational expenses. You can go to our website, www.peacefulempowermentworks.org. And on that top page is a donate button at the top and on the bottom, and we can not have to pay for this ourselves. Thank you.
It would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. So not only do we not get paid, we pay. We get a negative payment. No, we love it. We love it. So.
Yes, we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be putting our own money in.
That's right.
Oh, all right. Hey, Janice, how about you bring us in?
Oh, thanks for asking.
Everybody get comfortable if you can.
All right.
Take a deep breath in. All right. Topic today is how creativity can calm the chaos. And Janice's work with her musical instruments is a creative expression. And you just calmed my chaos. So thank you very much.
It does it every time. I love it.
We can't hear you. Did you hit your mute again?
I don't think that I did.
Oh, well, maybe you're just sitting back too far.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
You can? Right. Okay.
I can hear you now. You got some
all right.
Hauling good news for the people today, don't you?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I got this one from Instagram. Although I've seen it several times, I have to admit, little versions of it. And this is about this donkey. And the first video I saw is he had a rubber chicken. There we go. It was a little squeaky toy, and he loved it. And so this one is actually like the next one because he destroys the rubber chickens. And someone had sent the owner this rubber chicken to give him. And that's what this video is about. And I just love this donkey. Let's see if it makes you smile too. Over to you, Silverio.
What are you doing over there? Come on. I got you a new chicken. It's from Brian from Wisconsin. Hi. You gotta look at him. Be quiet for you. And I'm gonna show you. It's a peg leg pirate. But he put a tattoo on its neck. It's so cute. Okay, you ready? Stop and it's really good.
He even plays fetch.
If we have this playing slow.
Tossing it around.
This is the peg leg pirate rubber chicken. I think slow makes it a little long. So this is his donkey. He's the cutest little donkey, and when he sees the rubber chicken, he comes up to his owner, and she's got this. It's a peg leg. So this person gave her a little rubber chicken. It's a peg leg pirate rubber chicken, and wrote on the side of it like a tattoo, "donkey" with a little heart. So that donkey's just running everywhere with that chicken in his mouth, squeaking, and that was slow. So I hope he made you smile, because I've seen this a few times. It's still that's why I put it on the show for today, because it still makes me smile. Love that donkey.
It made me think of back in the day. I was homesick from school, and my little sister was little, 3, 4 maybe, and she had a pink elephant squeaky toy. And apparently my mother's up doing things, and when you were sick in my house, sheet went on the sofa, you got to lay and watch all the game shows and things like that, and I just kept squeaking this elephant like mindlessly. Yeah. And all of a sudden my mother comes out of nowhere with needle nose pliers, rips of it and throws it to me.
Oh my gosh. My daughter, when she was little, we got her this doll. And this doll, it went, when you moved it, it went, "Ah, mama, ah." It would vibrate, and then it would go, "Mama, ah." And my husband and I took that doll, and we took it in we had like a washroom closet thing, put it up in the shelves. Oh my gosh, that was so annoying.
It's creepy.
Mama, ah. Of course, to this day, my husband and I make that noise to each other to make each other laugh.
They're always fun.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're going to move right along to attitude is everything.
Oh, weekly affirmation.
Yep.
This is powered by Karma Gaia. I'm going to skip the first sentence because I like it starting the second one. With an open heart, I welcome and appreciate the love of family and friends, the opportunities for growth, and even the challenges that make me stronger. Each morning, I choose to see the beauty in simple moments, the warmth of sunlight, the comfort of a deep breath, and the miracle of being alive. I acknowledge that my life is filled with precious gifts, both big and small. And this awareness fills me with lasting joy and contentment. My gratitude grows stronger with each passing day, attracting more positivity and wonder into my life. And this speaks to me because I'm now trying to do that daily gratitude video.
You're not trying, doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Doing it.
I have to say, I was thinking, maybe I should do it every other day. Maybe I should do it once a week. No.
We start to bargain with ourselves.
Yeah, but because it really, honestly, it does make a difference. When the first thing I do when I wake up is I think, oh, what am I going to be grateful for today? And how much time do I spend thinking about what I have and what I'm grateful for? It's beautiful.
Yes, and I want you to know, because I'm one of the people, I don't always comment, but whenever I see your post, it always makes me think about, okay, what am I grateful for today?
Yay. Good to know.
Yes, so know that,
Okay.
You are getting a good response from people.
Yeah.
But know that there's more people out there that you're triggering that thought of, yeah, okay, what am I grateful for today?
Yeah. I get to see the number of views. So I know I must be hitting some people. I must be reaching them.
You don't want to hit them.
Yeah, the one I do on TikTok, I actually get this little. You can look at the effectiveness of it, and they're not watching it long, but some are. So that's great. But I'm thinking I'm going to try something a little different to get them to watch longer, just for the heck of it. See if I can get some more people to be grateful.
All right.
No, so I can help more people get out of that space of negativity and fear. Fear, yeah, the fear thing can be strong right now.
Would you like to share the story you shared with me about you having a hard day the other day and what your husband said to you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Some days it's hard to do the grateful thing, but it does help. So I was in a bad place, and my husband comes in the room. He looks at me. He says, "What's the matter?" I said, "Oh, he's having a bad day." He says, "Have you done your what you're grateful for yet video?" You have to know my husband is like, a redneck, calls some of the things I say and do voodoo, that kind of a person. And I dare say he probably hasn't watched a single video. But look at that. So indirectly, he knows what a difference it makes.
Yep. I thought that was
it's funny because I actually said, "Can I put you on the video today?" No. "Oh, please, can I just do it? Please, just quick." No. And I put it up, and he was looking. He's so funny looking. And now you'd appreciate it if I could show it. Where if you didn't know the story, you wouldn't appreciate it. So anyway, so he turns around, looks at me, and says, "Hi." I can do. Hi.
I love it.
If I only could figure out, I tried to figure out how to edit so I could put some things together. I can't figure it out yet. But if I ever figure it out, I'll do that.
That's fantastic.
He's looking, he's got his reading glasses on. He's gray beard, he's trying to read, he's reading the directions to see what he's done wrong with the bathroom shower because the pressure's a little low. He's like, "Hi."
That's great. It's great. I mean, and look at that. Y'all got a good laugh together. He senses, he sees what it's doing for you. That's fantastic. And remember, it carries the energy of the house. So when you're feeling better, it invites them to feel better too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding.
Makes a big difference.
Well done, Janice. And you're not trying, you are doing. Remember that.
I know. Doing.
You are doing it.
I feel like a couple times it's been really hard. And I'm like, oh, everyone's going to know. And I just watched it just for the heck of it. And I was like, oh, it doesn't show. But when I'm saying it, I'm actually in a good place because I'm not faking it,
No. And you've been honest about, your hard day. So it's you showing up and being you. I absolutely love it.
Yes.
All right. Moving along to pearls of wisdom. What are our pearls of wisdom this week? Peace. If you haven't noticed, I've been very focused on peace with these pearls of wisdom. So peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than how you think it should be. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than how you think it should be. And I feel like that's a very sweet, nice way of saying what we say, Janice. Expectations are the cock block of the universe. Expectations these days are setting you up for heartache, disappointment. Because of the energy that we're in, if we can focus on seeing the truth that's in front of us, then we can make our choices accordingly. And the funny thing is, I was talking to my daughter. I don't even remember when this was, and it was that feeling of I don't have a choice. You do have a choice. We don't always like what we have to choose from, but you have a choice. Not making a choice is a choice.
That's right. When I first read it, I was thinking, process life as it is rather than how you think it should be. And I was thinking, well, it is really sucky sometimes. Wait a minute, no, that's not what you're trying to say. How it is how you should be. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, I always think that I should be this, I should be that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, rather than how you fear it is, or you fear it would be, or could be, or should be. So that made me think like 5 different things. That's pretty powerful.
That's great. Yes, because yeah, it goes along with all of those things. How it should be. Don't should yourself. See it for what it is. Don't try to manipulate it to make it what you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's what we're learning more and more is everything's energy. So everything that we attract to us is because it is aligned with the energy of where we are. That's why they tell you when you're angry, upset, and frustrated, don't engage with people. Don't respond. Because in that energy, you're going to attract that same type of response from the person that you're engaged with.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like yesterday, if you are in a negative place and yelled at my husband, I took a deep breath. He went away, came back, and then he knows that I was in a bad place. So he was very forgiving of me. And then I yelled at the dog. And he says, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, I thought it'd be better if I yelled at the dog instead of you because you don't deserve it." My dog's one of those barkers, those, so shut up. So that I didn't, it's the first time I think that I didn't really have to apologize.
Uh-huh.
Because he gave me grace, which was great. And then I just switched back into, okay, I'll make supper now. Of course, I was saying, I'm not going to make you supper before that. And then he said, fine, don't make me anything. He came back out. I yelled at the dog instead because he wouldn't stop barking, and made him supper, and everything was fine after that. Of course, you got to wonder, if there's pent up, I'm thinking there's just pent up negative energy that I had to release maybe. And I did the video after that, so it's much better after.
And you know what, Janice, it is. There's a lot of stuff, the energy that we're in now is very supportive of clearing out anything that we've had stuffed down and stored down in there. So, and whatever that angry expression looks like. You live on a beautiful property. You could go out into your trees and scream into the trees. It's
not
crazy
not today.
to some people. Huh?
Yeah. Not today. We've got about 4 feet of snow out to the trees.
You wouldn't be able to get to them.
No.
Go on your front porch and just be like, ah!
Yeah.
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 When I know that I've been like out of nowhere, everything will be going fine, and then all of a sudden I'm irritated, I'm angry, and I'm like, I don't even know why. And
yeah,
I've gotten into the habit of checking in, like being, okay, is there something I need to know? What's going on? And then a lot of times now I'm just getting, no, you just need to release it. Go ahead and allow yourself to be angry. Me, my big angry word is the F word. So I'll, mumble around. But I get my anger out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's something to that, because I have to say, I was able to let it go after. I think usually my husband and I get caught up in the cycle of that I hurt him, then he hurts me, and then I'm hurt, then he's hurt, and we get kind of into a cycle of where it didn't happen. And I was able to release, but and my poor dog, but he is one of those little barker dogs, and I never yell at him, and I'm really patient with him usually. So I think it's okay if I yelled at him to shut up yesterday. That way I didn't hurt anybody's feelings, and he didn't shut up anyway, so it doesn't affect him.
He doesn't listen. He doesn't.
No.
Yell all you.
Of course, he's 17 years old, so he can't hear and he can't see well. So he probably just heard blah blah.
Exactly. It's very muffled.
The other dog went running in the other room, though. Oh no! Bad mommy.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like my choices are: is this gonna feed my peace, or is this going to feed my limitations? And that's a big thing that I've been asking myself. And if I need to drop a couple F-bombs to release some stuff so that I can be back at peace, then the world's going to be a better place for it, because the world had ragey, angry Judy, and you don't want that anymore.
I know you were saying the other day about, the punching bag and there's things you can do. And I'm not used to being angry because I never was angry growing up. I just internalized, well, it's angry towards myself, but I didn't scream at other people or things. And I think that I need to find when I am in that place where I was so irritated, just the littlest thing, I just screamed, yelled at him. Well, and I think it's good to have that kind of a peace, anger release or tension release, because I need to get to that peace place, because that, who wants to live like that? And I remember why we're doing this work, because I was just irritated and angry and no peace and shame. Of course, then there's the shame afterwards. And what you go through is, if I could just find a way to release that anger when I do have it in a way that's not so harmful to others or dogs.
That's why, I'm seeing you go out and scream on your porch.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, my neighbor, if they had their doors open in the summer, they might hear me, but I don't think they care.
Exactly. Whatever.
They have horses, and they don't like it, though, when my grandson came over with his dad and they were snowmobiling. Because we had tons of snow. And it's like a kind of snowmobile, a high engine, and it bothered their horses. So.
Yeah. But I wasn't angry when I was younger because you stuffed it down. This is the stuff that's coming up. This is the stuff that's being released. Any of those emotions that we stuffed down and didn't allow ourselves to feel. I know for me, and it's funny, I can see it in other family members. When I get afraid, instead of saying I'm afraid or acting afraid, I get angry, which is very interesting. When I'm uncomfortable in a new situation, or I have to go try something new, my autopilot response is anger.
That's your go-to.
It's my go-to because that's where I grew up. That's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which
and
sounds.
For me, I got into. No, that's your coping mechanism when you're younger. Like for me, it's the self-hate. See, I'm worthless. I'm no good. Interesting, huh?
It is. It's very interesting. But yeah, go out on that porch and scream. It's all insulated with 4 feet of snow. People aren't going to hear you.
Yes. And it's winter, so people have their doors closed.
Let it go, baby. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Oh, I love that song. Peace.
See,
amen.
We're doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that's one of the songs that I would play on my way in and out of work. Scream it, sing it to as loud as I could. And I'd cry.
Oh.
Crazy
I don't listen to the fun music anymore. And that used to be, I could sing loud and scream, and that used to be a good. Maybe that's one of the releases I used to have, and I don't do that much anymore. I'm going to work on that.
I feel like you should reintroduce that good music back in.
I know it used to be a lot of Michael Jackson. I know we're not going to talk about him, but his music, you'd make me want to dance and sing, and Meatloaf. Oh, nothing like screaming to Meatloaf. Stop right there.
Bum, bum. I want to know right now.
Oh, you got that right. Yeah, Meatloaf. And I've got it downloaded on my phone. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. So we should break for commercial now.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And we will be back with Pathways to Peace.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Be Here Now, the I'm at Work show, Our topic today is how creativity can calm the chaos. So, you know me, Janice. I went and did a little research because there are studies about this. There are studies about creativity.
Give me the data. I want the data.
How it can bring more, it reduces stress. So the benefits of creative expression. Helps get you into a state of flow and focused on a task so you can forget your worries. Helps process and release emotions. Promotes feelings of self-worth and self-esteem. And hobbies can help you socialize with others who share your interests. So I was like, well, that's great. And we know that works, but how does it work? Well, it activates the parts of your brain that process emotions. It provides a sense of purpose and structure, encourages mindfulness and being present in the moment, which is definitely, Janice has talked a lot about being present. It heightens your cognitive function, and it triggers the release of endorphins that leads to an overall positive sense of well-being. So that's all well and good. Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Janice, have you always been creative? Because we've talked about your quilts on the show before, and you're going to show us some of your creations. But have you always been creative?
Well, my sister, who's 8 years older than me, was creative. She was an awesome seamstress. She was crafty. She could sing well. She could play the guitar. So I grew up in her shadow. And no matter what I did, I didn't feel like I was creative. That's one of the things I was thinking about when you had your pearls up there, because, the thinking about what it should be, or I should be better. I should be like my sister. I think that it took away from my creativeness because I was doing that. I'm not good enough. She's great, but when I don't have anything to do, like, especially after as I was semi-retiring, I just wanted to try quilting. Actually, let me show you. The first thing I did. I'll show you. Okay. All right, I think you'd have to show the full screen, Silverio.
This is one of my favorites.
If you can hear me, can you? Yeah, there you go. This. And what it is it's tiny little squares sewn together. And then there's the dragonfly. You can hear me. Dragonfly with little pieces.
That's beautiful.
And the thing is, I think I'm not creative. So what that was is those little squares that you had to put. They give you squares. In this light, dark, and medium, then you have to organize them. And I love to organize. So I got to organize all the colors, and that's how it gives you some of the effects. And then you just sew it together. So to me, it seemed less creative. It could be just more step by step. But I'm telling you, it still does the same function. And I ended up creating this thing. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And then I was like, well, maybe I shall try some quilting. I'll do big squares, and I can't. I tend to be a little all in or all out person. So like the one behind me, those are little puffs, which is not practical for a lap blanket. So it's become now just the decoration blanket.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, they're puffs, and I had to squish this fleece stuff, polyester fiber filled stuff in each little square. What a thing! And then the thing, what my sister doesn't do, she doesn't knit or crochet. And so I got this little sewing needle thing that was my birth mother's. It's the only thing I think I have that was hers. And so then I'm like, well, I'm going to try crocheting and knitting. And my grandmother knitted, So that's what that other thing is, that blanket. That's not a big blanket because I tried making a big one and it's kind of fallen apart. But it's just one I fold at the foot of my bed to keep my feet warm. And so that's where the dog lays. So I made them 2 different colors. So that's all, crocheted. I just wanted to did it. But I find that I like results a little more than I like the process. So I have to
So
do.
why do you think that is? It's interesting that you say that, because I was going to ask you, do you feel you reap the benefits of what we just talked about? Do you benefit the same way? Like, does it bring you, does it reduce your stress? Does it bring you present?
Interesting. The crocheting did, but I know me, and it has to be it can't be a long-term project because I won't finish it.
Okay.
And so I try to do shorter projects. Now quilting, certain quilt projects you could get done even in a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to, because I know myself, that I get frustrated. Like right now I have a quilt I'm working on. Oh, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't touched it in about a month. But I sewed. I'm doing up to the point where I'm doing the big long parts because I got the center part done, and now I got to I got to make it big enough for my bed. So I got to add stuff,
Right.
and I did it backwards. I sewed this whole side on backwards, and so so there. I did tear it all apart, but now it's sat there in the pile.
Oh.
So I had this other idea. I saw any of you are a little older, you might know you have shoulder pain sometimes or whatever, and you have to be careful with your shoulder. And when you're sleeping, I can't have it down. You have to have like a pillow, or I have a Vermont teddy bear that I use when I lay down on my side to stop my shoulder from being pain. So what I saw I saw these little things online, and so I could quilt, a little bear. That's a dog.
Adorable.
And so, yeah, so I think that'd be quick. It's a small project, small parts, and maybe I could do it quickly. So, yeah,
as
definitely
far as feelings of self-worth and self-esteem, it all depends on the length of the project.
part of that. Yeah, and I tell you that my sister has never made a quilt either. So. Well, she's done quilting things like for your table and stuff, but a quilt, I don't think she's ever made. But anyways, I feel I had to do something different than her so that I could feel good.
So you wouldn't compare yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I won't make a wedding dress. I mean, she's made wedding dresses. So, but yes. So the answer is, after I found my niche, which I had to find my niche, and it has to be short term, and so. And only that is I was being creative, and I'm not creative generally. I don't think I am, because I think I'm not creative. So it really
yet another
helped me feel
opportunity to rewrite your story, because you are
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah. And you think about it, you get these little squares. Who would think that sewing little squares together could create something so nice?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I can do that. And my sister loved it.
See?
And I made her one.
Ooh, beautiful. Look at that. Makes me think of Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colors.
I love that movie. That's my favorite. We have a Christmas movie every year. And for several years, that was my Christmas Eve movie. We watched it on Christmas Eve.
Yes. The Coat
I
of
love
Many
that.
Yes. And it's funny that you say all that, because my little sister is super crafty, like crazy, crazy talent. And she paints, she refinishes furniture, she, the whole recycle, reuse. She has a very creative mind, so she can look at something and see how she could morph it into something else that she needs. My brother is the same way. We call it Rick's rigs. If we need something done and we'd only have, he's like a MacGyver. This is what we have. This is what we need. His mind is just amazing to me, because he can take what he's got and create exactly what he needs. And I mean, something is still. Go ahead.
And you're focusing, like all the different things you say, you get to sit there, and that's why I like it too, because then I get to, I like to shut down. In a way, it's shutting down because you just totally focus on not anything but that project. Or I'm sewing, ripping apart that seam. Then it sews quickly. And I don't know. You feel like you accomplished something, and like I just love the fact that I think I am being successfully creative.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And, creativity is expressed in many different ways. You've talked about your quilting, painting, there's dancing, there's singing, there's, my Laura, my little sister, is always like, you're creative too, because I always say I'm not. I would go to those wine and paint nights and the instructor would walk around and be like, oh, you're very good at drinking wine. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
To the same trap of comparing myself. So, I have my sister and one of my older sister's best friends. We call her the honorary Forter. They throw together craft nights. Well, I told them I wouldn't come to craft night because I'm not qualified. So they started calling it crappy craft night.
I like it.
Part of it. And the first time I went, I literally took bottle caps and magnets and just hot glued magnets to bottle caps. And I was like, that was my craft.
And how'd it turn out?
It turned out great.
It's like you gotta find your niche. Your niche.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like growing up, really the thing that I did was music. I played clarinet. And I played clarinet. And I was never made All-State. I almost made All-State, but I never made All-State. Look see, that's too bad, huh? That you would do that. You see how you can ruin your creativity by thinking what you're not instead of what you are. And I was nervous, so maybe I would have made it if I was just myself and it wasn't so fearful. Anywho, so that was great, and I loved like chamber music. Like I went to band camp. One day at band camp, I went to this place. It had a classical music all summer, and they had the professionals teach the kids for camp. Oh, and the chamber music, the different. Oh my gosh, that feeling that you get. I get that mostly with music. Oh, yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, creative expression is anything that you do to share a piece of yourself, is what I'm hearing. Share a piece of yourself. The dancers, the athletes, the motivational speakers, the comedians, the actor, that's all creativity. It's tapping into that portion of your brain that processes your emotions. My brother-in-law is an amazing artist. Music, he can play any instrument you throw at him. And one of the biggest ways he processes through his anger and frustration is he'll sit down and beat the shit out of a drum set. And it's important for him to have that time because A, he feels productive. He's producing something. And B, it helps him regulate his nervous system. It's what it does. He's able to sit down, bang it out. And then when he's finished, he feels better and he's got something beautiful that he's created.
That's what got me into sound healing because I was in a bad place in life and took a hand drum lesson, and what a difference that did for me. The vibrations in that. So just then you can be creative just by. What I used to like do is just do a heartbeat. Anyone can do that. Yeah, right. And then someone's going to say, but I don't know how. But, you'd be surprised what you can be creative with.
Yeah. And I think the biggest lesson out of this is Janice and I will say, don't compare yourself to others. Your creative self-expression is your creative self-expression.
That's right.
People there, I am a published author. I have a chapter in this book. So there's that.
Yay.
And see, that's creative.
Yay!
I'm born and raised in Maryland, where a craft is painting crab shells. Painting crab shell chakra colors. So as soon as I stopped comparing myself to her and Laurie and everybody else, I was like, you know what? There are things I do. I like to design t-shirts and sweatshirt swag and things like that. That's creative. Everybody, you're so creative.
Camera, can you see me?
Yes. Awesome. See, it says, hey, you, don't forget you're awesome. That's the message.
That's one of Judy's.
When you allow yourself to really think about it, everybody's expressing their creativity somehow.
Yeah.
So what is the way you create yours? We shall ask. I mean, Silverio is an amazing producer. He produces this show for us, this art.
Yeah.
I don't know if he feels the creative expression, because you know, we're a lot sometimes, but
and we like to, you know, how about this? Why don't you try this? And he's like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. And then the next thing you know, he's like, he's done
magical.
it. He's just
fabulous. We love his creative expression.
We do.
Yeah, and it's funny. I keep being told to mention Zentangle. If people, Zentangle is actually piece by piece, little by. It's drawing lines, squiggly lines. Google it. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It can. It's so funny. I did it once because I was in my head comparing myself, but I did it with Laura, my sister, and our friend Laurie, and you literally, they take you one line at a time and you make, do you have some?
Almost. You could go ahead, finish it. Then finish. It just made me think it's something.
But it's really like, it turns into like a form of meditation, because you have the teacher that guides you, and they have you showing it. So you're sitting there and you're focused, and it's just one line at a time. And when you finish, there's this beautiful piece of art. So
one of the, I forgot it. I forgot that I even do this. I do the mandalas.
Ah, there you go.
I just get markers, and when I'm feeling tense, I like all kinds of different ones. You know.
Yes, color.
And all this is you're coloring into little sections. You know, it's not, everyone can do this.
That was another thing. I got a craft night, adult coloring book.
Yes. Well, you know, it's supposedly, you know, the mandalas, which are the center of the mandala is the now moment, where through the quality of attention we constantly create ourselves anew. It says that on the back.
Perfect. So yeah. So can creativity calm the chaos? Janice and I say yes, it sure can. And there are studies out there that promote what we have experienced. So
that is there.
Yeah, it is. It's there. You just Google it. But yes, doodling, anything that's going to help bring you to the present moment and have you focus on something other than the chaos, whether it's dancing, singing, playing your instrument, writing, painting, refinishing furniture, rearranging rooms, furniture, things like that. That's all part coloring, all part of the creative expression. And our biggest note is don't compare yourself to others, because that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah. Just like a quilt. Like, I can tell you everything that's wrong with that quilt that I didn't do right. But, you know, it's a finished product and it still looks pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't matter. Those little the mistakes all through it, I could have stopped saying, you know, look, see, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I finished it, and geez, it doesn't matter, all those mistakes.
No, and it looks
very symbolic.
Great. People won't know. You know, we know it. We're in it now. People don't care. They look at the finished product, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Decoupage. My sister made me this angel. Decoupage.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, anything that strikes your fancy. The biggest thing is going with an open mind and open heart, and leave your critic at the door. Leave your critic at the door.
It's like you got to let your kid play, you know,
yes.
to a level, because, you know, kid doesn't care. I'm just going to do this, you know, let your kid play.
Absolutely. I love that. Let your kid play. Leave the critic at the door.
Yeah.
And on that note, Janice, I think it's time for us to wrap it up.
Oh, my goodness.
We want to thank everybody for choosing to be here now with us. Please always remember.
Thanks for being here. You're not alone.
And don't ever forget that you are awesome. Thank you so much, Janice. Thank you, Silverio.
Thank you, everybody. So glad you joined us. Have a good day.